Hello and welcome to this video, which is a step-by-step demonstration of using the POD Earnings Portal. This accompanies the video Introduction to the POD Earnings Portal, which describes the information you need and provides an overview of the portal layout. Let's get started. The Earnings Portal website is portal.ssapod.org. You will type this into your web browser or open it from a link that has been provided to you. Note that you cannot enter www before the website address. When you access the page, information about what the portal is and how to log in displays. Enter your user ID and password. Your user ID is the first letter of your first name, followed by your full last name as listed with SSA, plus the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. For example, if your name is Santiago West and your Social Security number is 123455881, then your user ID is SWest5881. Usernames are not case sensitive. Your password is the word POD in uppercase letters, plus the 4-digit year of your birth, plus an exclamation point. For example, if you were born on January 1st, 1970, then your password is POD1970 exclamation point. Passwords are case sensitive. Click the Sign In button to proceed. First, I will select the reporting month and year. Because it defaults to the current month, I do not need to make changes here, since I am reporting for January 2018. In the Partial Information field, I'm going to select No, because I have all the pay stubs for the reporting period. However, if I was providing partial information for the reporting month, I would select Yes in this field. For example, if I previously submitted what I thought were all my pay stubs, but then I found one more, my initial submission would be flagged as a full submission, and my second submission would be partial. Indicating yes here alerts the POD team that I previously submitted documents so they can look for them and compile everything I submitted for the reporting month and send to SSA. Next, select if you are self-employed. In this demonstration, I'm going to select No. However, if you are self-employed, you will not be required by the portal to upload earnings documentation. SSA allows estimates of monthly earnings for self-employed participants. Next, I will type my employer's name. If you have more than one employer for the reporting period, you will add it after you complete this section. Then I will type the pay stub date. Alternatively, you can click the calendar icon next to the field and select the date. For POD, SSA counts earnings when paid, not when earned. So you should upload each pay stub with an actual pay date that falls within the reporting month. For example, if my pay stub shows that I was paid on February 1st for work that I actually performed in January, I would report that pay stub in my February submission, not my January submission. The portal will give you an error message if the pay stub date does not fall within the reporting month. In the Amount field, type the gross earnings amount shown on the pay stub. Remember, I want to be sure to enter gross earnings and not net earnings. Gross earnings is the total amount paid by your employer before any deductions, such as taxes. SSA needs your gross earnings to calculate your SSDI benefit check. To illustrate, this excerpt of a pay stub shows earnings of $397.08. $111.47 in taxes, $31.77 in deductions, and net pay of $253.84. I would enter $397.08 in the gross earnings amount field because these are my earnings before deductions. Next, I'm going to click Choose File and locate it on my computer. A dialog box opens and I will find the pay stub on my computer. After I find the pay stub I am looking for, I will click it to select and then click the Open button. The file then uploads. If you make a mistake, you can click the red X icon to delete the file and repeat the process. You can also click the name of the file and replace it with the correct one. If you are using a smartphone or tablet to report earnings, you could click the camera icon and take a picture of your pay stub. After you take the picture, it gives you the option to use the image you have captured or retake it. It's very important that the image be legible and shown in complete form. Partial, dark, or illegible images will not be able to be used. So, if you are using this method, you may need to retake it a few times to capture everything on the pay stub clearly. Also, if you are using a smartphone or tablet to report earnings, delete the photo after you have uploaded it so you don't have pictures with sensitive information on your device. I have one other pay stub for this month, so I will enter the information from that pay stub on this next row and upload the pay stub. There are no more pay stubs for me to enter during this reporting period. However, if there were, I would continue entering them on new rows. As you enter the pay stub amounts, they total at the bottom of the table. I mentioned earlier that you can add another employer, and at the bottom of this table, there is a check mark that now displays. Check this if you have more than one employer or you are also self-employed. When you do, another employer name field and pay stub table displays. You would then repeat the process I showed previously. I am going to uncheck that box again and continue. Notice that when I do, the second earnings table is removed. Next, I'm going to upload a receipt for an impairment-related work expense for the reporting month. As noted here, if the total of all IRWIs is less than the IRWI minimum amount below, you do not need to report them to POD. I have a qualified IRWI of a medical procedure related to my disability. I will select Yes in the I have at least one IRWI to report field. When I do that, the category field displays. There are 4 categories you can select: medical copay, prescription drugs, transportation, and other. I will select medical copay. The description field displays, as well as the table where I will upload the receipt. I will type the description. Next, I will enter the date I paid for the IRWI and the amount I paid, and then upload the file. This part of the form behaves exactly as the earnings part of the form we just viewed earlier. You can enter up to 6 receipts for each IRWI category. If you have IRWIs that are in a different category than the first you entered, you can select the Add Another box, which will provide another area to select the category and enter the information. You may also select this if you have more than 6 receipts in a given category. I'm going to leave this unselected and continue. As you enter information, the IRWI amounts total. Note that if the IRWI total does not exceed the IRWI minimum amount showing, you will receive an error when you attempt to submit. Next, I'm going to enter my phone number, phone type, and comments about the best time I can be reached. If I do this, then I can be contacted by an authorized person from the demonstration to answer any questions about what I'm reporting. As noted earlier, I can optionally enter comments about this submission. For example, to support my claimed IRWI, I will add information here about how the medical procedure that I paid for during this reporting month is related to my disability. I have entered all information for this reporting period, so I will click the Submit button. Upon doing so, the system will check to confirm I have entered all required fields. It will also confirm that any IRWIs reported meet the reporting threshold. If you encounter errors, you will be given information about what the errors are and how to correct them. Just note that you may have to scroll up and down on the page to see details. When your submission is successful, a confirmation displays. If you need to, you can click the Report Earnings for Another Month link to repeat the process for a different one than the one you just submitted. This will open a new reporting screen just like the one we viewed. Otherwise, you can click the Close Page button. After the information has been submitted to SSA, the POD project will send you a receipt. The receipt will be sent around the 15th of the month following the reporting month. For example, receipts for March 2018 will be mailed around April 15th. Earnings should be submitted no later than the 6th of the following month, and ideally as soon as you have all information for the month. You can call the POD call center toll-free at 888-771-9188 if you need assistance using the earnings portal. Your POD counselor is also trained on the portal and can assist you in using this time-saving tool. Thank you for watching this video on reporting earnings for the Promoting Opportunity demonstration.